Okay, I see. So if you look like you got money, you possibly could expose them.
Exactly. So for instance, let's say if I say I want to spend $100,000 on a press release about my, like even my case of what happened. Let's say if I want to spend $100,000 on a press release, let me tell you something. You know how police officers, right? They when they say the detectives are hiring, they got investigators, right? Do you know that you can hire an investigator? Anybody can hire an investigator. So let's say if I say, you know what, this person right here that was doing this to me, he did this. You can hire an investigator. See how many people, black people, he do that to. Look how many black people he lock up in a case. You know what I mean? Like, to really investigate this man, like really and blast his ass, like you can put it on the next level without you even being involved in any of it. You can make it look like he's like the worstest cop in the world. You get what I'm saying? They can look at all of the arrests he made, how many people didn't have lawyers, all that, and then you can put press on it, and he wouldn't even know it's coming from you. You know what I mean? It's a lot. The same way they can play, you can play as well. And they be hoping that sometimes you're not that smart to know that. They
Yeah,
think
I think that's some good knowledge that probably a lot of people probably don't know.
no,
I didn't
no,
really
no. A
go
lot of
that
people
deep.
don't know. You can do whatever. You can really. Your rights give you a lot. They know that, but if they think you don't know your rights because they look at everybody like they're dumb. They think that they just know. You know what I mean? And that's what's scary because they only play off of what they think that what they think that you don't know.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, if you got money, if you look like you got money, you can hire a lawyer.
Yeah, so they be kind of nervous about that. They be nervous about you can really take it far, just like they can take it far. You can take it far. Police lie all the time. You know how many people that's in jail right now that's black off of one police officer that lied, and then when they found out later, they say, "Oh, we're only thing that they can say is we sorry." After you done wasted 20, 10 years of this man's life, the only thing that you can say is you're sorry and just throw them some bread. They already owed, so most likely, you know what I'm saying, it's like, come on, man. Like, y'all ain't even y'all should give that man 100 million, 200 million for playing with that man's life like that because one police officer wanted to lie. See, when they get mad and you do something against them, they say, okay, well, I'm going to just lie and say you did this. If a police officer don't have a body cam, then how would you feel me? So they finesse off that. Well, it's my word. Well, it's my word against his word. And then they try to use your background. Like, well, he was like that's how police can say anything really. And I guess you just supposed to believe them just because they're the police. No, you need proof that happened.
Yeah, real shit, man.
Yeah.
I think it's sad, because a lot of just normal citizens will believe a police officer.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Like his credibility is much higher with them than whoever's being
Dude, just
accused
like
of a
police
crime.
officers, you gotta understand the police officer job is to so-called protect the citizen, but also on a back end, on a secret, their job is to also get as many lockups as possible, write as many tickets as possible. If they don't write enough tickets in a month, they will get replaced. They need to do a certain amount of lockups and a certain amount of racial profiling.
Man, man, yeah, I mean, this has been going on for a long time in hip hop. Even I remember even back in the day, they had in New York, they
Oh
had the
my
hip
God,
hop
New York.
police.
I'm almost scared to go to New York as how they are against rappers is almost like the KKK is against blacks.
Wow.
So I mean, I only been in New York like once or twice, and it's so bad. Like if they find out you from Chicago and you there, they be on you. Like you gotta be very, you definitely should move with great security, witnesses, and all that. Like the more people, the more eyes and ears that you have with you, that's professional, that has professionalism, is better for you for your protection as well as because you just never know who's watching you, what's going on. You know what I mean? And you want to be able to have proof with whatever you got going on. You know what I mean? And a lot of us just let stuff happen without firing back, basically. And what I mean by that is, if somebody is messing with you or following you or doing this and doing that, and you just let them and not say nothing to the press or not put out a press release and like that's the reason why the camera phone is so important. I feel like as humans or as citizens, we even need body cams when we dealing with the police. We should be able to record everything that they're doing because a lot of them do what they want to do, and I can't just put my life in this police officer's hands that's just lying. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like we should be able to protect ourselves at the same time with cameras as well, especially in cars.
You know, police they're giving way too much freedom and not enough. There's nobody to police the police really. I mean, you know, you got the feds if something really happens, you know, or they're really put under the spotlight. But for the most part, you got a lot of cops just running around, you know, doing whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
And
True.
you know, but I mean, with the body cams, I do think it's made a dent in things. I believe anyway.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely been helping. A lot of people been definitely getting fair ways in the courtrooms with the body cams because they just think that it been the opposite. You know what I mean? The body cam saved a whole lot of people from going to jail. The body cam saved a whole lot of people from, you know what I'm saying, being blamed for things and stuff like that. So definitely is a good way to, you know, move forward in life with them. I just feel like they just need to do more prison reform. Prison reform. I feel like they need to do more prison reform. I feel like they just need to get stricter even with the police, man. You got to watch everything and everybody, you know?
I agree, man.
Yeah.
There needs to be more policing the police, man. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of, you know, arrests and everything, DaBaby is possibly in some serious trouble. You know, it was reported that he was questioned in a shooting, and it's also been reported that he told police he actually fired a shot. This is from his Miami case. Have you had a chance to see it? Check that out.
Yeah. I seen it as soon as it hit, because it's what's so funny is I was at Prime that same day, and I was like, damn, you know, like one thing about Prime 112 in Miami is like the place to be forever. They got good food, and it's just like a real chill vibe. And like a few hours after I left, I was just sitting on my phone and I seen it on Academics. Like, damn, they was up there at Prime or whatever, and I was just like, damn, I always go up there. That's crazy. But when I mean, like I said, I don't know like how true, like I don't know nothing about like what happened or whatever, but I was just kind of shocked about it. Like, you know, a shooting like that happened up there.
Yeah, me too. You know, I remember, you know, years ago when T.I. went to jail for trying. Well, he was convicted of trying to buy guns, and I seen in an interview he talked about how he lost, you know, millions of dollars from endorsements, TV deals, album sales, promotions. How much do you think an artist like DaBaby would lose if he was convicted of something like that?
It's the same. It'd be millions and millions of dollars. Because like I say, you know, like with the world we live in, you out of sight, you out of mind. And, you know, these fans aren't really loyal at all. They'll rock with you real hard until, you know, they haven't heard from you about 6 months, and then they didn't forgot all about you. A new artist came up. Now they fans of this artist. But at the same time, what you want to do is, like, if he is convicted, he want to just keep a whole lot of content. He want to keep a whole lot of content that's in the chamber for the times that he's, you know, you got to just plan ahead. That's all I can say really about it. Just planning ahead. So you won't, because like I said, you out of sight, you out of mind. You got to be smart and sharp.
Not too long ago, we were hit with the news of DMX passing away from an overdose. And, you know, from what's being reported, he was given too much fentanyl. And there was a few rappers, you know, that OD'd in the past. But, you know, man, how bad do you think the drugs are in the hip-hop community?
Man, the drugs. I don't do drugs, so but I noticed that I feel like drugs really run the hip hop. Well, the world, I can say. I didn't just say the hip hop. It runs the world. A lot of people feel like they need it, or a lot of people quiet, and without it they can't be themselves. Plus, it's a lot of peer pressure around you as far as in the hip hop world. You know, if you want to fit in and be cool, I feel like people feel like they need to do drugs to be like this rapper or that rapper, or you know, a lot. It's always when you got money, it's parties every day. So it's a lot of drugs around, and you know, it's just taking over really. You know, it's just and the crazy thing about it is I was watching I was just on Say Cheese post and I seen like a big train, like trains of like guns being hit, right? And in Chicago, it's like, how is everything so safe? Like the banks and gun stores, but y'all letting trains of guns come through the city and they're stopping them in the city, and all of a sudden, the doors just open and people was just stealing millions and millions of guns. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the same with drugs. Like I feel like it's all this stuff is just getting planted.
It does seem like a lot of drugs make it into the
Yeah,
country.
you can stop everything else. You can stop a tourist. You can stop this. You can stop that, but you cannot stop the drugs and the guns. You know why they can't stop it? Because they're not trying to stop it.
Do you think someone's getting paid?
Yeah, somebody getting paid. It's all done with. It probably starts with one person, like a secret person who is running around and making it start. Then that way that they can start building up their cases, locking people up for guns, locking people up for drugs. That's just a way to just not get people off the street. You know what I mean? So yeah, like let's put these guns right here. A lot of people gonna get them, but we're gonna end up finding our guns that we found. We're gonna end up finding our drugs that we found. You know what I mean? Like it's all like marked and finessed out. It's all like ways to keep locking people up. Cause like I said, you make more money locking a person up, giving them 5, 10, 20 years. You're making millions of dollars off people that's going to jail.
I mean that's a business too.
That's one of the biggest businesses in the world. It's legit legal slavery with a finesse with it. You know?
Yeah.
Oh well, you broke the rules and this and that, and you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. And then once you get out of jail, even while they sent you through all these classes and told you like when you get back to the world you should do right, you still have a felony on your back. So if you did want to get out and work a job, you still haunted by the felony that's on your back. So forever, when they run your background checks to live around successful people or to, you know, do this or do that, they're like, oh well, no, we can't. You're a convicted felon, you know. So it's like they just giving you one chance in this world. So you telling me you got to understand this too. Like as far as polices and all the other people that's in power, you telling me nobody ever made a mistake, not one mistake? You know what I mean? So somebody did something, they just haven't got caught for it.
It's real shit. Real shit, man.